Rocky with Equity Real Estate and Utah Home Sweet Home. In today's video, I'm going to share with you why it's a good idea to utilize a title company even if you are the seller accepting an earnest money check from a buyer. We talked about it in another video. It's definitely important if you are a buyer and you're submitting an offer to a seller, never, in my personal opinion, do you want to give that seller the earnest money check, because if you choose to back out of the contract and that seller's already cashed and spent that earnest money that you gave them, that you are now entitled to because you're backing out of the contract, you may not get that money back very easily if they've already spent it. Well, what if you're the seller in this case? So in that case, you're a buyer submitting an offer with an earnest money check. You want to give that check to a title company so you can get it back. Well, we're going to flip this script, and now you're a seller. So somebody's giving you the earnest money check, right? Essentially, they're giving you the earnest money check. Well, here's why it's a good idea to utilize a title company. So in the state of Utah, we have the State of Utah Real Estate Purchase Contract, and that contract states that one has the ability, or the option, I should say the opportunity, a buyer, let me be clear. A buyer, when they submit an offer, have the opportunity to accompany that earnest money check with that contract 4 calendar days after the actual contract has been submitted and signed. So let's just say somebody gives you a contract. You're a for sale by owner, a buyer comes by, they submit an offer, and you sign the offer, and you now are in agreement and you are officially under contract. Well, if they're using the State of Utah Real Estate Purchase Contract, they have 4 days to now give you the earnest money check. Now, depending on what state you're in, that time frame could be the same, it could be less, it could be more. So you're going to want to check the contract of the state that you're in and review the contract that you are potentially going to use to submit an offer. But here, let's use the example of the Utah state-approved real estate purchase contract. If a buyer gives you the contract, you both sign it, you're now under contract, they have 4 calendar days to give you the earnest money check. So, let's just say we've done that. So today, let's just say for the sake of this example, today is January 1st. It's New Year's Day. Let's just say you go under contract today. Well, now they have 4 calendar days to give you the earnest money check. Well, let's just say that that 4th day comes and it goes and you don't hear from them. And they just forgot. With the holidays of New Year's and all that stuff, who knows? They just forgot to give you the earnest money check. So, January 5th rolls around and you get another offer. And this offer is even better. It's higher and even better. So now you accept this offer. Well, guess what? Right after you accept it, seller number 1 calls you and says, "Hey, I want to bring you my earnest money check." Well, you now tell them, "I'm so sorry. I waited 4 days to get your earnest money check, and since you didn't send it, I'm canceling our contract. I've found another buyer who's given me a better offer, so I'm canceling our contract. I'm allowed to because you did not fulfill your obligation to what the contract state, which says you have 4 calendar days." Well, now buyer number 1 is furious because they want your home. So the argument becomes, "No, I gave it to you on January 2nd, and so I'm on my 4th day." Well, you, of course, know that it was January 1st when they gave it to you. So you're arguing, "No, it was January 1st when you gave it to me." And they're saying, "No, it was January 2nd. I'm still in my 4-day period." Well, here's why it would have been so important to now have used a third party to verify these dates. The day you go under contract, you're going to open title. That's what the terminology is called, where you now send that purchase agreement to the title company. And they're going to start opening title, which is preparing basically for this transaction to complete. So you're going to hire a title company to help you fulfill the transaction. So the day that you guys go under contract, you sign that contract, you're going to give that to a title company. Because that title company now will have records of what that day is. It's going to be third-party verification, so it's not he said, she said. This is what the day was. It was January 1st when you guys went under contract. Third-party verification by your title company. This way, if your buyer number 1 doesn't fulfill their obligation by giving you the earnest money in time, and a second and better offer comes, you have a third party to basically approve the fact that you did not get your earnest money on time, because once you get that earnest money check, you're going to have them deposit it into the title company. If they don't get that earnest money check by that fourth day, they have verification that those days did not meet the obligations of the contract, and you now can cancel that contract and go with the higher offer. So if you don't use a title company, of course, then it becomes this argument of he said, she said, and becomes difficult to prove, and maybe you find yourself in a lawsuit, and maybe you're at court and all that good stuff, which is really not that good. But if you use a title company, then you don't have to worry about he said, she said, because you're going to have a third party verifying this. So in my personal opinion, I always tell friends or family or anybody, always use a title company, even if you're selling as a for sale by owner. And be sure when you get that contract from your potential buyer to immediately take that or email it to your title company so that they can get title started. And if you guys need a referral for a good title company, I work with several different title companies. Feel free to give me a call anytime. I'd be happy to reference and refer one of the title companies that I use. My contact information is 801-810-4475. Again, it's 801-810-4475. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have more questions, please feel free to put it in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more great real estate tips. And thank you guys so very much for watching. It's Yoshi Shiraki with Utah Home Sweet Home.